Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining another Travel Massive live event. This event's a bit different from our usual events in that we are going to be discussing Touriosity, the current state of play, where we're at, and when we're going to launch, and a little exclusive as well. So for those watching who do not know what Touriosity is, it is a commission-free OTA, and I use the term OTA very loosely. No, we are a platform that helps to promote both day and multi-day tour activities, attractions, tours, etc., and also online experiences. And this platform is aimed at getting promoting those operators, but doing it commission-free. We are non-profit, and we will be promoting the products on there from the yearly fees that the operators pay, which are relatively small, $150 per year at the most. And between them and our partners who are helping us out, which we'll come on to in a second, we are able to build this platform, get it promoted, and make sure that all customers book with the operators direct, either book or inquire, depending on how the operator wishes to conduct business. So every single inquiry or booking goes direct to the operator. So we do not process payments. We do not handle any of that side of things. We are nothing more than a marketing platform that is helping to promote those tours and activities that are on it, with everything going direct to those guys. So that is the aim of Touriosity, is to create a platform that will drive those direct bookings, which for me, OTAs in the traditional model have their place. They're very important and can help generate leads and bookings, and I would never say stop them entirely. That would be the wrong thing to do. But I just think there is a need for an alternative. And my hope is that people will find the operators who have came on board, they will find those operators on Touriosity at some point, but then they'll come back to you direct and book with you direct. That is the ultimate aim. So think of Touriosity as nothing more than a platform to help promote tours and activities for direct bookings to you guys. So I've got a few slides I want to show, and then I'm going to show you a little demo of the platform so far, and then I'll give you a little exclusive of one of the things we're going to be doing at launch. So without further ado, and I apologize in advance, I will be looking at my second screen at times for the presentation. So if I'm looking away from camera, I'm not being rude. So hopefully you understand. And if you've got any questions, we're live on the Travel Massive website. So any comments I will see there. I can see them on my screen just now. And we're on YouTube, various Facebook groups, etc., and even on LinkedIn. So if you leave a comment in any of those platforms, I will be able to pick that up, or if you leave a question, I'll help answer whatever I can. So we've got to be here for the next hour, maybe less, depending on how things go, and depending if I get any more questions, etc. But ultimately, I just want to give everyone an idea of what's happening with Touriosity. So let me just bring up my screen. So yeah, a little update where we're at and what the future holds. But before we go into that, I just have to say a massive thank you to all the partners who have came on board. So this is Checkfront, Resday, Touriosity, Ticketing Hub, Rentrax, Werewolf, Stella, Oriole, and Redeem. Tourism Marketing Agency is there as well, but as that is my agency, I didn't feel the need to put that on there. But without these partners, this honestly would not be possible. So because those partners that you see there on screen are paying a monthly fee to be on that platform. They will be offering, when we launch, a support website for all the operators who come on board. They will be offering advice. If you need any advice on booking engines or ticketing systems or rental systems, whatever that would be, they are there to help answer your questions. They may, and it's one of the caveats for being a partner, as they will from time to time may get in contact with some operators just to sort of say, to help them out or maybe offer something that may benefit them, but they will not, and I promise you, they will not spam you, but it's part of the parcel of being a partner. But without them, the platform really would not be here. So I have to say a massive thank you to those guys. and hopefully they will serve you well. Like I said, they're going to be offering lots of advice, blogs, videos, webinars, everything that can be for the operators who are on the platform within the support website that we'll be creating specifically for them. So they're not just going to be here just to pay some money and do nothing. They will be offering more support to you guys as well. So thanks to all the partners that are on the screen there. Glad to have you on board, ecstatic even. So first I want to also give an apology. We have a support email that the operators who have came on board with have emailed from time to time. I have to say we've not had that many emails, which has been great. But we have been a little bit late in responding, but not doing it on purpose. We're still putting some of the infrastructure in place. We're obviously got our heads down to create the platform, get it launched, and things like that as well. So once we have got that side of it out the way and we've launched the support website, we'll be a little bit more proactive. So please bear with us if you do have support questions and things like that. We will get round to you. We're just completely focused on getting the platform finished into a state where we can launch, and then we'll come back to you and do it, whatever, any fixes or anything that we need to do from there. So please bear with us in that sort of sense. So as I say, their support will improve. So where are we now and what we're going to be launching with? So just to give you an update on the operators, the tours, how many we've got, that type of thing, what's going to be on the platform at launch. So we're going to be launching with we've got over 300 accounts. So that's roughly about 270-ish, 280 operators. Some have multiple accounts to try to cover different destinations. But we've got about 300 accounts so far, and that's out of the 750 that originally registered. So that's been a great result so far. We understand the challenging times we're in. I wasn't expecting all 750 to sign up. But hopefully once we launch, by January, we're looking to open that up again. So those who did register will get first refusal, and then we'll open up again to get more people on board. But we're going to launch, leave it for a little while, bring more people on in January, and probably do that every quarter, just so we can focus on those that have been on there, get things uploaded, do the content, optimize, that type of thing, and then move on to the next batch of operators who want to be on it. So but we've got about 300 accounts so far. That's giving us approximately 1,500 tours worldwide. So a decent amount for launch. Obviously, we'd love to have more on there, but we've got our teams are working away. If Nikki's watching, she's maybe copying content across as we speak. But we've got about 1,500 tours on there already, which is a good amount for launch. And that will only grow through time. So here's hoping we can get more on board, we can cover more areas, etc., etc. And just so everyone knows, no, we're not pulling all this information automatically for your website. We are literally copying and pasting content across into the platform, adding your booking widgets, adding reviews. We're doing all that manually. It's a big job, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So that's what we're doing, and about 1,500 tours are currently or about to be on it. We're not quite finished yet, which I'll come on to in a second. But that's covering, in fact, it's more than this, but it's covering over 80 destinations. So that's different regions, different states, different cities, different countries. We're covering well over 80. In fact, I think it's probably close to 150, but some cities are within the same country, that type of thing. It would just be taking don't really want to sort of boast or give out false figures and stuff like that. So say around about 80 destinations we're pretty much covering. But it's actually more than that, as I say. So again, decent amount for launch. Really ecstatic of where we're going to be in, the different destinations we're going to have. And there's going to be everything from small villages in Africa all the way through to your major cities of New York and Edinburgh, London, and all the Barcelona, all these other places will all be represented. And that's thanks to the operators who have came on board and who are going to be on the platform. So thanks again for your patience, and thanks for for coming on board and being a founding member. So a bit of a progress report to give you an idea of where we're at. So we've been focusing so far, or initially, on multi-day products. So we've been uploading most of them. In fact, we've uploaded pretty much all of them, bar 2 or 3. We'll have to get back to some operators because there's been a couple of issues in terms of not getting the right content from them. But what we're focusing on is getting all the content on there. And then we're going to go back, go through support, go through the things that we're maybe missing and go back to those operators who we do need that little bit of extra information from. But multi-day tours take the longest to upload. There's more information with all the itineraries and everything else. So we've been focusing on that, and we've pretty much got all that done, apart from the few that we do need to contact once we get the other things out of the way. So at the moment, we are uploading are completing the upload of day tours. So we're doing that just now. It's a much quicker process, but it's still a bit of time though. We were hoping to launch on the 1st of October, which is only a couple of days away, but we're going to be maybe a week or two late. So I'll give you some dates shortly. So we're about 2 weeks behind, I would say, where we'd like to be. But we've just had so much content. There's been other things we've been doing to the platform which we weren't initially going to do. We've added new things to it. So we're actually putting more things on there. We're making it better, etc., etc. So again, we're now focusing on the day tour side of things. So that's what's happening at this moment in time. We've also been creating all the inquiry forms for all the non-bookable products. So we have many operators who are on there, predominantly multi-day, who don't have online booking or don't need online booking. So they are just taking inquiries through email. So for each one of those operators, we've had to build a specific email form. So they will get the email specifically to them to get that inquiry. So we've been building all of them. We've got all that into the products as well, etc. So all that's been happening and done as well. And next job is to optimize and upload images. So we've been adding in all the tours, we've been adding in all the information. We're then going to go back and add in all the images once we've added in all the tours. It's just easier and quicker to do that. We were very much process driven, so it's adding in all the content for the tours and then doing images and then doing reviews and just going back. So it makes things a lot quicker doing it in that sort of process driven way. So currently optimizing images for upload, and then we'll add that to all the products as well. So when I show you the demo, some of the images won't be in place. There'll be dummy images in there, but the products you see are real, and there'll be real products in there. We'll be uploading the review widgets, as I say, and I'll show you what that looks like. We've actually got a way of pulling in multiple reviews into the widget. So if you supplied us TripAdvisor reviews, Google reviews, Facebook reviews, Yelp reviews, whatever they happen to be, all those are being pulled into this widget onto your tours, and they will be onto your mini landing page, which we'll create for all operators. They will have their own little landing page with their own information, contact information, the tours that they operate as well within the platform. But the reviews will be on, and it's pulling all of them in. So all those reviews will be present on the website for those who have supplied that information. So yeah, great little widget, and we'll be able to pull all that information in. As much as I don't want to have TripAdvisor reviews on the platform, some people only have TripAdvisor reviews, so it's only right to show that. But hopefully through time, and I always say to people and say to operators, no, do more in terms of Google reviews. It helps your rankings and everything else. Maybe through time we'll phase that out, but at the moment we're pulling in all the reviews just to give consumers confidence in what you do. Like I say, the platform is there to promote good value products that are rated well or that are reviewed well, and that's what we want to do. We've got no one on there who has like 1-star reviews and anything like that. They're all 4-star and above. We do have a couple of new businesses, obviously being new. Some have just launched prior to COVID, just as COVID hit, who don't have reviews because they're new. We will be allowing them on there, but we will be monitoring them, making sure they get good reviews and they build them up. And if they don't do within the next year, then we have to pull them from the system. But that's we will allow people and operators who don't have any reviews, especially new businesses, to be on the platform. In small numbers. We're not going to make that a wide sort of net casting thing. So yeah, we will be doing that, but reviews are looking good and they're all being pulled in. Again, uploading the booking widgets now. So some multi-day tour operators, though, thank you for everyone who's supplied. I know some people are a little bit nervous in supplying us their logins for the booking systems, reservation systems, etc., etc. So, but that's allowed us just to go in, grab whatever code that we need to embed that in your page. It saves you having to do it, and we have been placing in the booking widgets into each page as well. So, and that'll be more so for the day tours. So once the day tours are all done, we'll be going back in adding in all the booking widgets, and yeah, people will be able to book direct with you, as we say, and go through your normal reservation system. And I have to give a massive thank you to Travel Master's very own Ian Cumming. He doesn't know I'm actually doing this, so sorry, Ian, if I embarrass you. But I have to give a massive thank you to Ian. Though I came across an issue with the website in terms of being able to display multiple currencies in terms of just information. And I didn't want to go down the really expensive route. Again, money's tight. No, we've not got a huge budget to spend on developing this platform. We want to use most of the budget that you guys have paid through your fees to market platforms. So, but thanks to Ian, he did this all off his own back. He did it for free. He's managed to fix it so we can show, if you sell your tours in USD, they'll be displayed in USD. If they're in pounds, if they're in euros, whatever those will be, we're going to be displaying them in your currency. So massive thank you to Ian. Without his help, that would not have happened. So it just gives you that little bit extra, just gives people confidence in what they're going to buy, and it's going to be in the currency that you want to book through or you want an inquiry from. So thanks again, Ian. I really do appreciate that. So when are we launching? Like I say, we were hoping to launch in the 1st of October. We are now about 2 weeks behind. Just a little bit more information than I thought there was going to be. Just some information I know that we'll need from some operators that will maybe delay a few things. Images are just taking a lot longer than I thought, and a few other things as well. And adding more stuff to the system as we've been building, we think it'd be good to have this, or it'll be good to have that. So that's what's spending. It's giving us that little bit of a delay. And don't get me wrong, we have Nikki and myself and some of the guys. We've been working round the clock to try and get as much information every day, adding new content to the site and everything else. So we're looking to launch soft launch on week commencing the 12th of October. So that will be a soft launch in terms some point during that week. And that will be a soft launch where we'll put the site live, but we're not going to promote it yet. We'll put the site live, we'll iron out any little bugs, we'll get each operator who's on the platform to view the products, make sure everything is fine in terms of we've got the right booking widget and with the right product, that type of thing. So we're going to do that soft launch, and we're going to run that for no more than 2 weeks. So we're going to have that process running for 2 weeks, just to iron things out, optimize the site for speed, do all these other things, and then we'll be doing a full launch with promotion by the 26th of October, a week commencing the 26th of October. If we can do it before that week, we will, but we're giving ourselves that 2 week period just to be on the safe side. And then during the week of the week commencing of the 26th of October, we will launch properly, and then we'll start launching some of the campaigns that we have got set up and that we're going to run. So full launch 26th of October, because we want to hit the sort of pre-festive sort of period, and we know just after Christmas and things like that, a lot of different destinations, that's when a lot of people start looking for trips and vacations and holidays and want to do things. Even during COVID, people are still going to be looking at that, things that they want to be able to do, or whether it's in 2021 or whatever, people will still want to look. So I think it's important to get this site up and running, get it promoted across the various channels. Facebook, again, as I say, is going to be a major channel for us to promote this platform on. We are going to be doing that to make sure we hit that market. So, people booking up tours or inquiring for Christmas gifts, that type of thing, very, very important. So we're going to be launching no later than the 26th of October. So, or week commencing the 26th of October, some point in that week. And then same week, we will be launching a new sort of support and knowledge-based website. The website is on Touriosity.travel just now, is just a little blog that we threw up just to give information, give people an idea of what we're trying to do. That will all be replaced with a better support and knowledge-based website. It'll be replaced by the main platform, etc., etc. So all that will be launching week commencing the 26th as well. And that's the platform where all of our partners will have access to if they want to post up helpful guides, if they want to promote webinars that they're doing that can help the operators who are on Touriosity, etc., etc. They will have access to that to start adding content to it and giving advice. And they are under strict rules not to overly promote on there. It's all got to be advice. It's all got to be knowledge that they can share with you. And then only then if you ask them to start some sort of sales process, they will do that as well. So, but they will be on there to offer you as much advice as possible. So I think it's about only June that we can give you a little demo of what the platform looks like. The platform pretty much looks like to one of the similar webinars I gave before. It's just got a lot more information on it. Just a little bit more refined. Like I say, we are still working on this. So you may see a few things that maybe look out of place. You maybe see the same image used across multiple tours. It's because we're still to upload all the images. But it's just to give you a better idea of what it is we're doing, how it's looking, how it's coming along. And yeah, let's just dive in straight in. So I am now going to look at my second screen a little bit more properly now. So this is a platform. So again, very similar to what you saw before. We've now got a background video in the background. We can, the customer can then search by activity. We're still to refine some of these down, but by certain activities. So that could be food and drink tours, that type of thing. If they want to search by country, state, or region, they can do that within here as well. If they want to go by a particular city, they can do as well and view the different cities. Again, we're still refining this down a little bit. Or even tour types. So if you want an attraction, a day tour, a multi-day tour, or online experience, or a private tour, some of these may come out, or we may combine stuff, or we may do other things as well. But ultimately, that is the initial landing page where people hold, and that's what they can search on and be able to search on these different criteria. When they search, they'll get to a search page. So, for example, if I just hit search without selecting anything, it will take me to a search page. Excuse my connection, maybe going a little bit slow with all the videos that I'm doing it just now. We can then see that we get search tours, and we can then go into the tours, see all the different tours that are there. We can then search by keywords, search by the different durations, if it's a day tour, if it's been 2 to 4 days, that type of thing. If we want to search by activity, we won't be able to search by review because that's a separate widget and we need to take that out. Different activities, different states, and you can filter this down even further for this page. So you will be able to filter it right down and get to the specifics of what you want to do. So that's what happens when you click the search tours button on there. So and as we scroll down, well, what activity would you like to do today? So we're going to pull in some activities. These will be randomly generated. So although it says there's city tour, multi-day tour, and another multi-day tour, those are actually going to be changed to food and drink, or bike tour, or city tour. It would be one, obviously, or museum tour. So those are going to change to that. So that's one of the things we're updating. So if you can see there, we've got online, that's actually an online experience. So I've got an online live homebrew, daily dive tours, it's one in Carcassonne as well. If I refresh, you can see there that it's changed the tours. That one still needs an image, but you can see that it's going to generate a new list. So we're not putting a preference on any particular operator or anything like that. They're going to be randomly generated. And that works the exact same way as we scroll down to explore day tours. So looking at different day tours that are on offer, we're going to show 6. They can click to view more. And then the same with multi-day tours. We're going to show 6 of them. Again, we're still to upload the images and then be able to view all multi-day tours from there as well. Same with online experiences. Anyone who's doing any online tours, virtual tours, that type of thing, they will all be on there as well. So so the site, the homepage is pretty much there. I've got a little video, which I'll come on to. We'll have a new email newsletter to offer inspiring, try to do promotions, that type of thing. And then, although it won't be ready for launch, this will be hidden for launch. We will have a travel guide section for inspiration, that type of thing. So our team of content writers at Tourism Marketing Agency will be writing articles, we'll be writing blogs and adding that to Touriosity. So all that will be added in there. It just won't be there ready for launch, but that will come through time, the more articles that we write. So each destination will eventually get articles, we'll get eventually doing travel guides, that type of thing. And looking for outside source as well. So if we've got anyone who wants to write a travel guide, we can put that on there as well. So, and obviously highlighting our partners who have helped make this platform achievable, along with our operators, and so they're on there as well, getting up our promotion. So that's generally the homepage in terms of what we're doing with that. Now, if I click on day tours, as it suggests, we're going to be able to go to day tours. We can then search by activity, tour type, or just select a different city. You can view all the different tours that are going to be on offer. If you want to view this in ascending, descending, title, price, etc., etc. We'll be able to, some of this again is going to be changed and refined down a little bit, but you'll be able to do that as well. You can even change the look so people can review it more a sort of landscape way, or if they want to go back to the card way, they can view the cards as well. And that's the exact same way for multi-day. So it's a very simple navigation. We're trying to make this super easy for people to see what's available. So they'll be able to see what's in multi-day, what's in day tours. Again, if they search, they can get more criteria to scale that down in terms of what the specifics would be. Online experiences exactly the same way as well. So it's all going to be shown out. We've only got 3 online experiences on there at the moment, but I think there's more to be uploaded through the day tours. But that is going to come. But so online experiences there won't be as many on there, but at least we have some, which is good. And then you can view by countries or regions, states, etc., or view by cities and towns. We're still to finish the cities and towns, but if you view by country or region, if someone just wants to go in and view what countries we serve and see how many tours are in each one, they can basically just go into here. It's in alphabetical order, and they can just go in here and just see all the different destinations that we'll cover, how many tours are in each one, be able to click in and then view the tours for each destination, whether they're day tours, whether they're online experiences, or whether they're multi-day. So that will just display anything in there, just to give people another option if they're not too sure of where they want to go. As we all know, specifically for day tours, people generally already have an idea of they're going to be in that destination. They'll book the tour while they're in that destination. Whereas for something like multi-day, they tend to think, okay, where would I like to go? If I know where I'm going, then I'll look at that country. But then we have the inspirational side of things that people certainly don't know where they want to go. They just want to be able to see what's on offer and then pick a country with what activities they have on offer. That does happen as well. So this just gives the consumer another way of being able to find your tours and find the different destinations, etc., etc. And then the cities and towns will be a similar way. But again, we've not got that completely set up yet. So let me show you a couple of tours in terms of what we've got set up. So again, forgive the images, but this is what the product page would look like. So we've got a big image at the top. There'll be a gallery button to show any images supplied by the operators. If there's a video, there'll be a video button here as well that could launch a video. We've got the name of the tour. You can see there, we're showing, this is the company who's serving this. So we're putting your brand first and foremost onto the tours. A little bit about you. Then some information about the length of the tour. This one's a private group tour. It's in Boston. The information from that, what's included, excluded, a map of the area, and then shows any related tours only specific to the operator. So if this operator has multiple products, only their products will show up on their tours. So you're not going to see a competitor's tours on your product. It will only be an operator's product shown in related tours on there. And you can see here, their booking widget is embedded in the page. So the consumer can then select whatever they want, book now. In this instance, they've got a buy a gift card option as well, and be able to do that in terms of what they can actually do in terms of booking. So it's already in, it's already bookable, be able to do that as well. Although I do need to see our prices from $129, that's $1,249. So I need to see if that's an issue with the booking platform or with the information we've added in. I'll need to double check that with Seasite. So that's all in there as well in terms of that. I suspect the price is not right. It could be that they've done that because just because of COVID, they just upped the price so nobody books. Maybe, I don't know. But Seasite, if you're watching, it's probably something to look at. So yeah, that's that one. I've got another tour here, which will be an inquiry form. So everyone will have the same inquiry form, but the inquiries will go direct to the operator, as I say. We're thinking we could have tailored the inquiry forms for every single operator, but that would just get messy. It would be too much work. And from the consumer's point of view, sometimes an operator has too much information and no one will fill out a form that's really long. So we've put in fields that we feel is relevant enough and to give you enough information to get inquiry and for then you to continue that sales process from that. So anyone who is only inquiry based, or who wants inquiry based will have a similar form to this. We'll have the same form, but the inquiry goes direct to you guys, as I say. So depending on the booking platform that you use, each widget will be different. Some people use FareHarbor, for example, so that's just a button that opens up FareHarbor. Some may use Checkfront, which could display something like this. It just depends on what platform you're using is how this looks. And I'm just saying that because I see Laura has added in a comment, well, all booking widgets look the same. It's dependent on the system that you use. Some platforms have a calendar widget, some don't. Some is just a button that launches. So it just depends on the booking platform that you've got. So that's a little overview of the platform. We're getting close to completing. We're getting close to having everything ready. Just like I say, get a few images to upload. We have the booking widgets to add, some review systems. In fact, let me see if I can find one it's showing, so I can show you the review system. So that will be predominantly multi-day. So let me go into multi-day at the moment. Let me just click on the first one, see if I can find one. Let me scroll down. Full enough, that one doesn't have reviews. Let me see if I can find one that does. Like I say, not all the reviews may be added yet. That one doesn't have any reviews as of yet. So it would have helped if I prepared myself to show you when it had reviews. If I don't, I can show you this a little later. Let me see if this one has any. Nope, don't think so. No. Okay, I'll need to find one that has reviews and then sort of show that. In fact, give me 2 seconds and I'll be able to tell you who has reviews on here. So I may need to log in. Just give me a second and I shall log in and find out, just so I can show you the review widget, because it's a nice little widget in terms of the how it looks, the different type of reviews we're pulling in, etc., etc. So just bear with me a second. I know there was something I forgot to bring up my tabs. So let me have a look. So if I go into tours, and if I go into, in fact, what I can actually do is show you the widget, maybe not on the website, but I can show you how it looks. So let me see if I can find one that's got quite a few different widgets. So this one, let me see. Yeah, so this one, so your widget will look like this. Let me just bring this up on the screen here. So your widget will look like this. This is the platform we're using, but these will be embedded into the pages. So you can see here, it's pulling in Google, it's pulling in Facebook. It actually also pulls in the TripAdvisor as well. We have options to pull in many other different platforms, Yelp, Trustpilot, etc. The only one we can't pull in, although it says Airbnb, some people have given us Airbnb reviews, but the Airbnb reviews only work if you are in accommodation. For some reason, it doesn't work if you are an experience deliverer. So we can't pull them in, but because consumer will be able to read the reviews, they'll be able to scroll through them, and they'll all be pulled in and randomly loaded up as well. So all that will be embedded in your landing pages, and those will be embedded in the tour pages. We've actually done a bulk of them already. I just unfortunately didn't have one up ready to show. So they're all pretty much, I've set up all the reviews. They're just a matter of getting them embedded into the page, basically, and how that would look. So review, it's a great little review system that we've got, and it just allows us to pull in the reviews that we've got for every single one. In fact, I think I might have, no, I don't. I thought I found one that actually had reviews in there, but I don't. So yeah, it's a great little review system. It's going to allow us to display those reviews on every single page. So that's the platform. Again, super simple. We're not making it overly complex, but it's going to be easy for people to find the information. It's going to be easy for people to find the tours, etc., and then refine that down into what they're wanting. No, I'm really excited about what this platform, once we get it promoted and what it can do, and hopefully drive those leads and bookings to you guys as well. But I have also promised you a little world exclusive. That is maybe that was a little world exclusive, but I'm going to show you something else as well that I'm fairly excited about. So let me just hide that a second. So we, one of the parts of marketing that we'll be doing for the whole Touriosity platform video is going to play a big part of that. So I'm a big fan of video marketing. If any of you watch my Digital Tourism Show podcasts or anything like that, you know that video is something I love. So inevitably, we are doing a video ad for the initial launch. We're going to be doing many of these ads in many different guises and videos over the coming months and years. But this initial one for me is it's just a nice little video which gets across what the platform is about, why the platform exists, gives the consumer a little indication of why we are different from other OTAs and the benefit because of the tour operator in terms of that. And I just think it's just a nice way of conveying it. So this will be the initial video we'll be using for launch, and then other videos and ads and everything else will come around that. But this is going to be the initial one. So I'm going to give you a little world exclusive of what that will look like. So let me play that for you now.
Imagine a world where you could not travel. A world where you could not experience a destination, a culture, or its people. Imagine a world without the life-changing moments we experience when we visit new places. In this post-COVID world, the travel industry is not just suffering, it is on its knees praying for things to get better. And they will get better. People are simply too curious about the world and want to explore new places and meet new people. Touriosity has been created to help small local tourism businesses survive and grow in a post-COVID world. When you book a tour or activity through an online travel agent like TripAdvisor and Booking.com, you're giving 20% of the fee to the big travel agent instead of the businesses who provide you with the amazing experiences that make travel so special. With Touriosity, 100% of the booking goes straight to the local tour or activity provider. So when you're ready for your next adventure, visit Touriosity.travel and keep the experience alive.
Okay, who wants to see that again? Shall I play it again? Yeah, why not? Let's have another little look.
Imagine a world where you could not travel. A world where you could not experience a destination, a culture, or its people. Imagine a world without the life-changing moments we experience when we visit new places. In this post-COVID world, the travel industry is not just suffering, it is on its knees praying for things to get better. And they will get better. People are simply too curious about the world and want to explore new places and meet new people. Touriosity has been created to help small local tourism businesses survive and grow in a post-COVID world. When you book a tour or activity through an online travel agent like TripAdvisor and Booking.com, you're giving 20% of the fee to the big travel agent instead of the businesses who provide you with the amazing experiences that make travel so special. With Touriosity, 100% of the booking goes straight to the local tour or activity provider. So when you're ready for your next adventure, visit Touriosity.travel and keep the experience alive.
So I hope you like the initial ad that we're going with. No, I just think it's an important message to tell. I do want to start to inform the consumer about how much commission, in fact, it could be 40%, no, in some cases, but commission it can be charged to a lot of operators, and what sets us apart. So I think, but I didn't want to oversell that. So it mentions it, but the rest of it's all about, we've been through COVID, we're still going through a lot of changes in terms of the industry. What can we do to help the operators, help the local businesses? And that's the angle I'm going with, and that's ultimately what Touriosity is there for, is to help you guys and to help promote you guys and drive those bookings to you. So hopefully the video conveys that, and I'm really excited to sort of see what we get from it. So please leave your comments, what you thought of the video. I can see we've got a number of questions in, which we'll go through pretty much in the next minute or two. And anything you are not too sure on, any comments about the platform, comments on the video, whether you like it or not, please put it up there. But we'll start to go through the comments and go there. So that's the platform. We're looking to do a soft launch 12th of October, proper or week commencing 12th of October, and then a proper launch and promotion on week commencing the 26th. So we're hitting that important festive period, and it's coming along well. Just fortunately, just that couple of weeks behind, but we just get so much information to upload. We're doing all this manually, but it's going to be worth it in the end. And the fact that that's going to be up there and hopefully help you guys know. I'm not saying that it's going to be a silver bullet. It's going to solve everyone's issues. We all know how devastating COVID's been for the travel industry. We're all still hurting. We're all still feeling the effects. No, there's talk about the UK or Scotland going into another mini lockdown for a couple of weeks, that type of thing. That's the rumours that are going around. So we're still going to be hit hard with this for the coming months. But hopefully, with Touriosity, with some of the other initiatives that are happening from other people, and all the other things that we're trying to do, it's going to help. And at least, as the video explains, keep that experience alive, because ultimately that's what we're trying to do, is to keep as many of you guys going and keep that experience alive for consumers. So let me just quickly see, before I come on to the comments in my studio, which I can see, which I can then display on screen, I'm just going to quickly go through the Travel Massive ones because I can't display them. Let me just see. I can see a number of comments. So there are quite a lot of comments. I'm just going through these as well. Great job in the design and branding. Thank you very much. Chris, do you plan to put, this is from Gurav, hopefully I've pronounced that right. Chris, do you plan to put out info about each operator's COVID-19 procedures on their pages? It's a good question. At the moment, we don't have that, but it is something we'll eventually put on there, and I think it's important to put on there. If anything, we might just put on a general a bit of information in terms of the whole website, saying, look, obviously COVID's having an effect, there's going to be delays, etc. But if any operator, once we've launched, I would probably have to stress it has to happen once we've launched, because we've got so much other things to do at the moment. We can start to ask you guys if there's anything specific you want on there because of COVID. We can add that to the page as well. So that is something we will be looking at, so don't worry. So Maria, great job with the design and branding. Thank you very much. James Williams, do you have a native app, responsive web for app? We don't have an app. It's all website driven. I'm more in favour for websites in terms of these type of things anyway. But yeah, we don't have an app. We don't have the budget for an app, put it that way. Maria, question one, how do you deal with the similar tours from different operators? Do you avoid that or welcome it? No, as the platform, as we stated at the very start of this, though, we will have similar products on there from different operators, but we're only going to allow 5 operators in each destination who do have similar tours. So if you're in, I'm only saying this because I'm in Glasgow, but if you're in Glasgow, you are a food tour company, or you run whiskey distillery tours, I would only allow 5 companies in Glasgow who would run whiskey distillery tours in Glasgow. Competition is good, but I don't want to just saturate it with the same product. So there is going to be a limit, but we will allow a certain number of operators on there that sell similar products, because it's, like I say, it's good for the consumer to see choice, because not everyone, though the products may be similar, but there's always going to be slight differences in experience, the storytelling, the product, etc. But yeah, we are going to limit that down. We don't want to just be another Viator that has everything on it. So what are your tips for operators offering same popular mainstream tours as many others? How should they stand out in your opinion? It's a great question. Though what happens is a lot of people will focus on price, and you should never focus on price. No, someone will always do it cheaper than you. You have to focus on what experience you deliver, what makes you different, why are you good at what you do, and that usually comes down to the tour guide. And that usually comes down to storytelling. That will set you apart. How you deliver that story, how you deliver that content or that experience is what will set you apart from everyone else. And then your reviews as well. Having better reviews and more reviews than someone else does help. Reviews are huge when it comes to someone's buying decisions. So a mixture of that, a mixture of content, how you present your content and how you present your storytelling elements is what will drive people to that. So a lot of people saying, I love the video. Thank you very much, Amber. Ooh, very nice. Thank you, Amber. Bravo, well done. Rocco, first off, great job. Makes me really excited. Just a few questions. How do you deal with duplicate content if you copy and paste the exact text from websites and negative effects, etc.? And this is about Google rankings. You're right. So what we're doing as part of the process is what we're doing is for launch, we're copying across the content, getting the website launched and getting it out there. But when it's launched and when we've launched proper, my team of copywriters at Tourism Marketing Agency, we will be it'll be a long job and it will take a bit of time, but we are going to start going through every single product, rewriting some of those products, not changing it so it's not going to change the type of experience that you're going to deliver, but enough to make the content different from an operator's own website and to stop that duplicate content issue that may happen with Google and rankings and everything else. So that is something we're going to be working on, and it's all included as part of the fee that the operators pay. Is there a way to go around the B&B reviews and integrate them? As I have over 700 5-star reviews on there. At the moment, no. Unfortunately, I think it's the widgets, or maybe it's how Airbnb process the reviews. They seem to do it differently for experiences than they do for accommodation. So anytime you put in the link into these widgets, it just doesn't see it. That may change through time, and I imagine they will do. I imagine that will get updated. But at this moment in time, it doesn't work. So, but as soon as it does, we'll be able to add that on there. So, let me just see. Frank, awesome work. Chris, amazing. And that video, it tells such a great story. Great job. Thank you so much for that. And Pedro, can clients type destinations rather than drop downs? It's something we're debating because people can. The problem with allowing people to type in a destination, they can type in a destination that's not available on there, and all they'll see is a page saying no information found. And I'm trying to avoid that. So it's something we may think of in the future if we cover more destinations than not. But the moment the drop down is certainly going to at least give the user, there's going to be tours on there. So it is something we're going to look at, but whether we do that for launch, I'm not too sure yet. But it's one of these things, it'll be ever evolving. We'll keep looking at it. We'll change things as it's live, everything else as well. So it will happen. Great to see tourism technology product created and designed in Scotland. Thanks very much. Again, we're doing this all in a shoestring. It's all using WordPress themes. It's all using manual content uploads and everything else, and help from me and help from the community and help from the partners, that type of thing. So yeah, it's all been a good effort. It's all been a push, and again, doing it in a shoestring because we don't have a huge budget for this. We've not got any shareholders coming in and giving us like Get Your Guy and everything else, giving hundreds and thousands of millions pounds worth of money. No, we don't want to get to that stage because then we'll just fall into the same trap as what those guys have done. We're trying to do this in a more genuine way, make it non-profit, which isn't going to work if shareholders come involved. So, yeah, but no, we will be doing more things on that as well. Great video. What type of partners do you anticipate Touriosity will work with? Any players in travel tech? We're always looking for partners. We won't be looking for any more reservation systems. We're limiting each different sector to 10. We've already got 10 on there in terms of reservation systems. But if there's any other tech companies, if any other types of companies that can help tour operators want to be on the platform, you can certainly become a partner. And as long as you feel you're a right fit, then we can certainly do that as well. Okay, that's the comments from Travel Massive. So let's look at the comments from Facebook and YouTube and everything else as well. So here's one from David Garcia. What about FareHarbor? Do we have to be with a pay monthly fee model? I'm a bit hesitant to join one of those given the lack of travellers. It's not something I can really answer. No. Different reservation systems. I know the partners on here like Checkfront, Resd, all these other ones that are on there. Sorry for not mentioning all the partners' names in one fell swoop there. If you are using FareHarbor, or if you are using you don't need to use one of those partners to be on the platform. FareHarbor will work. We've got many tours working with FareHarbor, with Bokun, with all these other ones as well. But in terms of what those reservation systems charge, that's really up to them. Though if you want to have a reservation system, those guys are still taking a fee. Some are not, I have to say, depending on the type of company or the type of products you use. Again, one of our partners, Rentrax, they offer booking systems and more rental management systems for those who rent out bikes and equipment and that type of thing, kayaks, all these sort of things. But they're doing, or I believe are going to launch, if they're not doing it already, a pay-as-you-go sort of way of doing it. So you only pay to be on the platform, if you have to go. Fairharbour, I know also just they don't really charge you in terms of being on the platform. They'll charge a customer 6% or whatever that would be. So many platforms don't charge you per month. It just depends on the platform themselves. So it's just a lot of our partners, Checkfront, Resd, all these other ones offer monthlies, they offer monthly fees, or they offer commission based, or these other things. So just speak to them, see what they can do, and I'm sure most will be able to accommodate. The reservation systems, the OTAs, everything else, they're all hurting just now as well. So I'm sure they'll try to do anything they can to help you. Let's see. Michelle, is it possible to change to a booking widget at a later date? Yes. So if an operator who's maybe just on an email form, wants to become, maybe use one of our partners to add a booking widget to the website, we can update that for you. So that's what part of our support system will be. No, we're not looking to make wholesale changes for every operator on a daily basis. No, we just can't have the facility to do that. But if you're looking for changes every so often to booking or to pricing and that type of thing, that's something we will be able to accommodate. So yeah, that's fine. We will be able to do that. Let me see if there's any more. We've got a few here. One Facebook user said, should you ever need any content piece, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help and have plenty of images footage. Should you consider it as helpful, I'd like to extend an invitation to talk about Touriosity on my podcast. You've not left your name through this, so whoever you are, happy to discuss, happy to be on a podcast, happy to accept content to help you on the platform. Feel free to get in touch. I'd love to be able to know more. Robert, this is really well planned and executed. Thank you, Robert. I really do appreciate that. We know the platform is not going to be perfect. We know we've not got the budgets, as I say, as your TripAdvisors, your Get Your Guides, your Expedias, all these other things as well. But we're trying to do what we can, the best we can for the budget that we have, which is pretty much non-existent. So we're trying to do this on a shoestring, and I think we've done a pretty good job so far in terms of what we do. The main proof in the pudding will be the marketing of it, trying to get eyeballs onto the website, trying to get eyeballs onto the products, and going from there. Let me just see if there's anyone else. I like the video up to the point until you get to the anti-OTA position and the commission angle. The consumer is not going to care. If anything, it will be off-putting. They don't want or need to get into the tourism industry drama. You've also not left your name. I don't know who commented this. I've got to disagree. Yes, there will be a number of consumers who don't care. But I think with COVID, with the way the industry is and travel is hurting, I think many consumers, once they know what they're paying these other OTAs in terms of commissions, like I say, it can be a lot more than 20%. It may make them thinking, if that's enough to change 1 in every 100 people, then we've done our job. If that brings in an extra booking for an operator, then we've done our job. So I have to disagree with you there strongly, to be honest. I think this will help just start to raise awareness about what's going out there. Like I say, I'm not against OTAs. OTAs have their place and they have a position to help operators. What we're offering is just an alternative, another solution. You should never put all your money and all your eggs in one basket. You should never use just one OTA. You should spread out as many of them as you can to try and spread out your reach and everything else, while also focusing on your direct bookings. So, but by telling a consumer, and it's not a huge part of the website, but to tell the consumer about that aspect of it, if that creates an extra booking or two every so often, then it's done its job, in my opinion. Someone saying, I still didn't get the email, Marino, about uploading our tours to the platform. If you haven't, I'll dig that out over the next week or so, and we'll get back to you. Like I say, we're just focusing on getting everything uploaded. If we've missed anything, we're going to be going through the whole list again. If we've missed anyone, we will be in touch. We'll get them uploaded before launch, so don't worry. So someone who's on Facebook maybe that's to the other comment, which I felt strongly about. Small business support is a strong influence over here in the US. People are starting to gravitate to meet the needs and understanding of the challenges. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. What we're seeing is more and more people are being a lot more conscious about this, trying to help those local businesses, especially for the next 18 months. If you've been watching any of my webinars, it's very much about the staycation market. It's very much about people can only take holidays and trips within their own markets. So this is going to be, to me, that's a huge angle, and to me, being able to convey, okay, you have those alternatives from the OTAs. And look, I'm not stupid. I know there's still going to be many people out there using TripAdvisor just because they trust that brand. They like how the website looks or works or whatever, everything else. We know we're not going to steal huge chunks of market share, but hopefully we can get enough to drive some more direct bookings. Because again, this is what the platform's for. Although we call it an OTA, I only use those words loosely. It's more of a marketing platform to promote the operators to drive direct bookings. Think of it as just another tour operator website that just happens to contain lots and lots of different products on it. That is ultimately what this is, and it's that platform to help promote that, to help drive those direct bookings. But I just still think it's important to share that message and just start to inform the consumer about what it is and what it is what makes us different at the end of the day. I have a few more comments on Travel Massive. I'm just conscious of the time. Sahara, I'm a travel tech coach. I'm happy to chat with Touriosity about speaking the traveller's current language post-COVID, reaching them on a deeper level. Great, no, happy to have a chat, see what that could be. Keith Swenson, agree, like the video and the message. Thank you, I appreciate that. Etc. etc. So yeah. I got another one as well. It's starting to come in now. We've had over, between the different platforms, we've got close to 300 or 400 people watching this, and we know other people will be coming later because they're in different countries, can't watch it live. So it's incredible. I can't thank you all enough for sticking with us, with the support, trying to get this out there. No, sometimes I do. I've got so many projects on the go, and same with TMA. I sometimes do sit here and think, what am I doing to myself? Why am I giving myself all this work? But seeing the comments, seeing the positivity around it, seeing that people are really excited about what this could potentially do, it's humbling, and it sort of spurs me on to get it done, get it launched, to get it out there even more so. And I've always been very, very honest with everyone to say, look, once we launch, we're going to give us 12 to 18 months. If it doesn't work, at least we've tried something. At least we've tried to do something different. We're going to give it everything that we possibly can. And then if it works, amazing, great. That's going to be such a benefit to the operators that are going to be on there. But if it doesn't work, at least we can hold our hands up and hold our heads up high to say, we've done it, we've tried it. And maybe just didn't maybe we've started at the wrong period. Well, COVID is still happening, so we just don't know. There's so many unanswered things, but we're certainly going to give it a good go, and certainly sort of see how it works over the next 18 months. Joanna, Chris, this is fantastic. Thank you. When you roll out the marketing, who will be the target audience? There's obviously going to be many audiences from different countries and different destinations. It is going to be BTC. We're very much a BTC-driven platform. No, that's not to say if someone wants to promote corporate tours on there, that's another one that we could add on. It could be a different section if we have many of that on there as well. I don't see a reason why we couldn't. But in terms of the audience, we're certainly going to be focusing on for at least 12 months, focusing on domestic, focusing on staycations, looking at what restrictions are happening. We're going to have to be quite proactive. No, the traditional marketing rulebook and creating 6-month strategies and all these things are pretty much out the window. No, you could plan to a certain extent, but because we just don't know which destinations are going to be open tomorrow, we just don't know. No, they're going to be opening and closing for the whole of next year until a vaccine is properly distributed. So we're going to have to be a bit more proactive. So it's looking at travelers, looking at those in destination, looking at those who can travel to abroad and travel internationally. No, international travel will happen and will still happen, just to a lesser extent. We're just going to have to be a bit more proactive, looking at these things. And Facebook's certainly going to be a platform we're going to be utilizing a lot. So through content, through Facebook, a little bit of Google ads, but mostly Facebook will help raise the awareness of the platform, help raise the awareness of what we're trying to do, showcase the different destinations and products and everything else we have on there. So it's going to be different strategies we're going to be using. It's certainly a strong focus of that until we know how international travel is going to play out. The very start of that's certainly going to be about raising the awareness and then the staycation market for a lot of different destinations. But again, that'll be dependent on each destination. We'll treat each destination differently. Someone has wrote, "It will work. I like your enthusiasm, so here's hoping." And Frank on Travel Massive says, "Will this be available on YouTube later?" So this is transmitting live. As soon as it ends broadcasting, it will stay on YouTube, it will stay on Facebook, it will stay on Travel Massive, so you can watch it at any time. It will be live. The recording will be live pretty much as soon as we finish here. So I believe even as you're watching this, you can still go back and watch it from the beginning again, even before we finish. So, but it will be live as soon as we're finished. Facebook, it's K Kung from K Tours Mexico. Not sure why you can't see my name. I'm a member of the Digital Tourism Show group. Hey Kay, yeah, I know I've seen you comment a few times, so thank you for being a member of my Digital Tourism Show group. So what happens is when you watch the video, there's a little thing at the top of it that usually says, "Do you give your permission to have your?" It's more of a GDPR thing with this software that we're using. Do you give your permission to show your name when you leave a comment? Obviously, that wasn't ticked. So in future, if you see that, just tick it, and then your name will come up. So that'll be fine. So I give it an extra couple of minutes. I don't see any more questions at this moment in time. So I'll just give it another couple of minutes in case anyone's got any last minute questions, and then we'll wrap up from there. And then what we'll do is we'll finish by showing the video again. We'll do that just at the end, and just to so you can see that. But so thank you so much for joining. Like I say, we've got over 300-400 people watching this or signed up to register or watching or whatever live at the moment. So I can't thank you all enough for joining. We're really working hard to get this up and running. We're hoping again to launch on the 1st of October. It's just taking a bit longer than we thought. It's not that we're not been working on it. We certainly have been. I'm a few sleepless nights and working through the night and everything else to try and get it done. And my friend Nikki, who's helping out with content, is certainly doing that. I can't thank Nikki enough. So Nikki, if you're watching, thank you so much for all your help so far. And then the team at TMA, once we get promoted, we'll be doing Facebook ads. We'll be doing all these other things as well, just to get this out there and get it promoted as much as possible. So a couple more questions do we have? Let's have a look. Serenity, love that name, Serenity. Reminds me of one of my favorite sci-fi shows, Firefly, but anyway, that's just another thing. Hi Chris, it's looking great and love the video and its message. We're multi-day and inquiry only, so now I can see the platform. Can you do this? Count us in for the next batch of operators or tranche of operators. Of course, if you've already registered, you'll get first refusal, and then we'll start opening things up again. But yes, by January time, we're hoping to open this up again, all going well, and then bring on the next batch. And we're hoping to do that every quarter. The reason why we'll probably do maybe 1 or 2 more batches, and then after that, we'll probably put things on hold for a little while, because I want to make sure the platform works. The last thing I want to do is, by month 12, take someone's payment, get them on the platform, and then by month 18, we decide, look, this isn't working, no one's getting bookings, nothing's happening, and it's not working. So I want to get to a stage where we're adding more operators on there to try and cover more destinations, etc. And then we'll probably stop things from that point for a little while, just to make sure that we're focusing on the platform, making sure it works. So Destination Morocco, thank you. This is amazing. Thank you guys, appreciate that. Someone has wrote, thanks Chris for doing this, strongly believe in the vision. Michelle, brilliant, very exciting. Karen, I don't know, hopefully I pronounced that right. Thank you Chris, you're very, very welcome. Can we share the video on our Facebook page? Please do, share away, share whatever you like. Like I say, it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on if you're watching this on our Facebook group, you can't share out with the group. But this will also be playing on YouTube, or also be playing on the tourism marketing agency page as well. And in fact, it should be on the Touriosity Facebook page, so you can share from that, but you just can't share from the group because no one will be able to see the video because it's contained within the group. But there's many other platforms. There's even Travel Massive's own page. If you share that, it will still be on there as well. Well, I think we're done. I don't see any more comments. So yeah, we're just past the hour. So I didn't want to waste too much of your guys' time. I just want to give you an update of what's happening. Again, sorry for anyone who's emailed support. We will get on to you. We're just really super focused on getting this platform done, ready for launch. And then anything we've got missing, any sort of straggling little bits of information, we'll do that within the sort of the 2-week period of the soft launch. And then once we've got all that in place and we've refined things and everything else, that's when we'll launch properly and start getting things promoted. So thanks again. Hopefully that has whet your appetite. Hopefully it gives you an idea of what we're trying to do. If there's anything anyone wants to email me personally who they think it's crap or they don't like it or anything like that, they just don't want to message on here, feel free. I'll be happy to take criticism as well. It's all going to be part of this process. Again, this platform is for you. We want to make this as readily, or we want to make this platform good enough to drive bookings to the operators who are going to be on there. So this is a platform for operators, by operators. So this is really your chance to let us know and if you get anything that you don't like about it. And I'm sure, like I say, we will be developing this and adding things to it, refining things throughout the next 12 months. Know that we know it's not going to be perfect at launch, but it's going to be a good enough state to be usable, be easy for consumers, be easy for them to book or inquire. And ultimately, that's what we're trying to do at launch. And then from there, looking at the data, if we don't like to make changes without looking at the data, it's very much like marketing. We'll look at the data, see what's working, see what's not, and then make changes accordingly. So, but we need that data first. So let's get launched, let's get out there, and then we'll refine from there. So thanks again, guys. Appreciate you all joining. I'll speak to you. We'll probably do another one of these. In fact, there's a couple of things I need to show you first before we finish, but we'll probably do another one of these just prior to launching and doing the proper launch. So anyone who's been on Touriosity, who's on the platform, will be informed personally when we do the soft launch, and then we'll do another one of these webinars when we do the actual launch, just to give people an idea of what's happening. But just before I go, there's a couple of events I want to highlight coming up. So first one is the next Travel Massive event, which is on the 27th of October, which is the last Tuesday of October. We've got an amazing lineup, such a great thing to see, so many leaders within the tourism space here in Scotland, where I'm based, and so many female sort of experts in their fields. We've got Bridgie Mullen from the Clydeside Distillery. We've got Zakia Malawi from Invisible Cities, Deborah Mackin from East Cambusmoon Holiday Cottages, and Laura McKenzie of Cathedral House. So we're going to be discussing, based on an open multi-industry conversation, talking about the industry, and we're covering tours in terms of Zakia, Invisible Cities. We're covering attractions in terms of Bridgie Mullen with the Clydeside Distillery. We're covering accommodation with Deborah Mackin of East Cambusmoon Holiday Cottages. And also from Laura McKenzie, Cathedral House also has accommodation, but more so the hospitality side and the event side is where Laura comes in as well. So we're covering pretty much every aspect that has been badly affected within this sort of tourism space. Obviously, there's flights, there's obviously travel agents, all things that could be in there. But for me, these are the foots on the ground, the foot soldiers in terms of what's happening in the industry. So this conversation, really looking forward to it. We're going to be discussing their heartache. We're going to be discussing their hopes, what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, what they're hoping for the future, etc., etc. And although these guys are based in Scotland, the conversation is certainly going to be very much translatable for many other destinations across the world. So hopefully you can join us for that one. And as a wee favour to Ian, he did help us out with Touriosity. Zakia, who's very, very busy, is going to be on another one on the 6th of October for Travel Massive Live, the main live one, which is the Travel Guides Show and Tell. And they're going to be talking about pivoting their business, what has worked for them in terms of pivoting the business. So we've got Jim there from Travel Mammal Food Tours, Zakia again from Invisible Cities, Wano, hopefully I pronounced that right again, apologies, from Impact Travel Collective. So lots of good events coming up on Travel Massive from myself and from Travel Massive themselves. It's a great community, so hopefully you can join some of them soon, and hopefully you can join me again soon in the coming weeks when I do another Touriosity webinar, or workshop, whatever this is. I don't know what this is. It's not really a workshop. It's not really a webinar. I don't know. Anyway, thanks all for coming. I appreciate the time. I don't take it for granted, and I'll see you all hopefully in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much.